Fix and go live. What's up, fam? Let me first say, Ecamm fam, that I am not DJ Strick. Neither is she. No, and we're so sorry to disappoint you today. We know that many of you come and hang out here for the stream show every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. But DJ is in the air, and he asked me if I wouldn't mind pinch hitting for him, as they say. It used to be a whole term, right? Get somebody into the pinch hit for you. And we're excited, man. The content strategy workshop series is going to continue, and we're excited about doing that. I want to say a word of welcome to those who are watching on my channel as well. I see 604-852 Cafe is with us. And I want to say a word of welcome to my guest host who is in the room with me. What's up?
That is so awesome that I get to be here.
Yes. In person.
Like right here.
In person. This is my first in-person guest in the studio, and I'm super excited about it. I see DJ Strick is in the comment section. He says, "What up, fam? What's up to you, man? We hope that you're traveling well. Hope that you're doing fine. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share today." Man, that comment came in way bigger than I anticipated. I was like, whoa, that's a big comment. All right, let me go to this side here, and then we'll try and get some comments going. Awesome Wood Things was first. Came through saying greetings to you as well. Thank you so much for coming and hanging with us today. 604-852 is in Vancouver, Canada, and somebody from my channel. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us today. Saeed says, "What's up from Germany?" Thank you for being with us. DJ Strick, always good to have you come through. Marianne says, hello, Kirk and Tanya. Listen, we're excited that you're here. Dr. Vibe Show is with us as well. Greetings, man. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Always good, always good. Now, I'm going to ask Tora if you would be good tonight. Please be good, okay? I'm just going to ask you to be on your best behavior, okay? I've got guests here. Okay, she's saying bring the mic a little
closer. Can you hear me?
I'm going to make sure. We're going to make sure. We're going to make sure. Let me hit that plus sign for me. Up on the screen.
Up here,
yeah.
Plus.
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah. Let's
How about that?
Let's see how that works.
Can you hear me?
Thank you so much, babe, for letting us know that we got to get the audio right. That's so awesome that Tanya is there. I'm hating that I am missing this. Come on.
Me too, Strick. What's up?
Come on, man. We could have done a whole little collab. We could have done a video and everything. Listen, K-Walk is in the house. I love it. Ecamm for Zoom looks awesome. It actually looks like you're sitting in the same room.
We are in the same room.
Look. See, that's my hand coming into her camera. See, we're in the same space. We're in the same space. All right, cool. There. No, Kanik says that's better. All right. Good. Thank you for making sure that we are right today. Listen, fam, we are no. Listen, no. What do we got here? I got to get my comment fixed because I can't have it come up looking like that again. That thing is huge. All right, so what is he saying? What does he say here? Is he saying
no Kirk kicks needed tonight? All right.
Listen, listen, everybody, be on your best behavior. Okay. I want to make sure that Strick actually asked me to do this again. Okay. But listen, we're going to make sure we stack the deck with content. Always want to make sure we stack the deck with content. And so today we're talking about content strategies. This is Content Strategy 2025 workshop. Create, grow, monetize like a pro. That actually rhymes.
Yeah. Create,
grow, monetize like a pro. I don't know if Strick did that on purpose, but he is a DJ.
He's trying to rap. Yeah. It's our attempt.
Oh my word. This is the working definition, family. This is the working definition. I'm going to give you two of them. Content strategy is a plan for creating and sharing content that's relevant to your audience and meets your business goals. Let me repeat. Content strategy is a plan for creating and sharing content that's relevant to your audience and meets your business needs, not their business needs, your business needs. Content strategy guides the creation, delivery, and governance of useful and usable content. Listen, we can stop the show right there.
Yep, that's it.
If you allow your strategy to govern the creation, delivery, and governance of useful and usable content, then you've already won. So I want to make sure you take some notes out. Me and Tanya, we're going to stack the deck right here at the beginning. I've got 9 steps for delivering content strategy. Okay, we're going to go one for one. All right, you take number 1. I'm going to go number 2, and we go from there. We got nine steps. Okay, make sure you have your pen and pencil out. Put a pen and pencil emoji in the chat. If you haven't already, make sure we got 25 people on the live. Tag a friend. Let them know that this thing is going down. We're not wasting any time. We want to stack the deck with value. So we've got 9, count them, 9. I want you to count them for sure, right? Steps to developing a content strategy. So what's number 1?
Number 1 is defining your goals.
Defining your goals. Defining your goals. Only you know what your goals are. Only you know what your goals are. Only you know what your goals are going to be. Oh, look at that. I love this. He actually put it in the chat. Put it in there. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love it. 9 steps. Okay. Yeah. You guys are with us today. And definitely don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget. That thing coming down from the top is bothering me, so I'm gonna have it coming from the bottom. We can change things on the fly here because it is Ecamm. All right, this is the Ecamm channel. Look at that. That's so much more, so much nicer. All right, 9 steps. First one is define your goals. Define your goals. I wanted that one to be put out there so that you can just kind of hear it a couple of times.
Yeah.
A lot of times goals sometimes need to be defined even a little bit further because goals are not wishes or dreams. These are actual things that you hope to achieve.
That's right. You're making it tangible instead of it just being a dream or something that's in your head. You're actually creating something that is measurable, that is going to be something that you can actually go back to and compare and say, okay, did I actually meet this?
Or did I not?
Right.
Yeah. That's a goal. Yeah. So defining your goals for your content is going to be critical because I believe I subscribe to the school of thought that says you have to chart where you want to go and then reverse engineer your way back. If you put in your GPS, you definitely have to tell it the destination. And so this is the same thing for your content. What is the destiny? Where do you want to arrive at? What is your goal? And then we can chart a way towards reaching that goal. So that's number 1. Number 2, all right, we're moving quickly because there's 9 of them and we only have an hour. At least that's what Strick said. And we want to be on our best behavior because, again, we want to make sure that he invites us back to do this. But 9 of them, right? So number 2 says research your audience. Research your audience. What does that mean to you, sis?
Oh, goodness. Researching your audience is really meaning, to me, it means that you need to pay attention to what is it that they need. Yeah. Because when you're creating content, it really isn't about you. Yeah. It's about the people who are consuming that information on the other side of the screen, especially if you're doing video, but really any type of content you do. So understanding what they need, what their pain points are, how they buy. Right?
Oh, my word, how they buy. Yes.
Because if your content is strategic, and we're talking about that, right?
Yeah.
We're talking about strategy.
Strategy.
So if that's the case, then there's some type of action that you want them to take, whether it's to buy or to sign up for something or whatever it may be. So you need to understand their patterns of behavior. Like what makes them tick. Oof. So I love the researching your audience one. That's a big one.
And I will say this, having been in this game for a little bit of time, I am still researching my audience. Same. So it isn't something that you like, okay, I've arrived. No. You're just done for now. I love that phrase. I've reached my first done for now as a certified Scrum Master and a project management professional. There's these in the CSM world. They call them the daily sprint. There's this time boxed interval of work that you have completed to be able to be done for now. You're not done completely. You're just done for now. And so in your researching of your audience, you just need to research enough to give you enough information to make some moves on. All right. So don't feel like I don't feel like I know them well enough. You can research your audience and feel confident that you've done at least some of the work. Here's a couple of practical ways to research your audience. Ask them some questions. Ask them some questions. Do a poll. Send out a survey. Ask them, what are some of your pain points? What do you come here for? When you see my notification pop up, what's that feeling in your gut, in your stomach? What is it? Excitement? Is like, oh man, Kirk's live again. Oh my God. What research your audience from the perspective of having a conversation with them. And even sometimes just asking the question, hey, what kind of content do you want to see or hear? What do you want to learn? Lets the audience know, like, man, I better hit that subscribe button, because this person, this creator is going to create videos based on what I've been sharing with them as I've been giving them feedback. So that's one way. I'm gonna give one more, and then I don't know if you have a couple of ways for them to research audience, but the second one I've found is to go where they are. Find groups of interest where your audience is. There is some interests. I'll give you an example. The Ecamm fam is a larger set of my audience. So I go in the Ecamm Facebook group to peruse, to look at. Sometimes I don't even respond. I just look at the question and say, oh, there's a video. I look at the question and say, that's a really cool concept. I've never thought of it that way. Let me put that on a notepad, because this Ecamm fam is a larger set of my smaller audience. And so that is a way that I can research my audience, is when I go to places where I'm able to interact with them and see what they're thinking about, what they're talking about organically.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple of other ways to really think about this too would be to imagine yourself as an R&D team, right? A research and development team.
Excellent.
So what you can do is to leverage the work that some others have done already, especially if you're in the throes of figuring out who your audience is, by going to sites like, this is going to be real simple, but Amazon. Check out Amazon. Look at some of the top selling books that are in the niche that you're talking about. Oh my, right?
This is a cheat code.
And review and see what the comments are. What are some of the chapters in the book that's been written? Because somebody's already paid.
They've already.
Right? Somebody's already paid.
I need to be taking notes myself right now.
And so you're checking through these chapters and you're getting ideas of what is it that people want to know? What are some of the common questions?
My gosh.
You can also use websites like answerthepublic.com, right? There's several others as well, but just, we're giving a couple right here.
Yeah, just a handful, right?
Yeah. Go to Answer the Public and type in a few keywords, things that people would be searching for. What do you think they might be searching for? And then you'll find that there are questions, common questions that they may be asking. Yeah. There's, oh goodness, so many ways that you can go about researching your audience, but these are just a few.
And I love it, because these few that you are getting, they're gold. And that one she's just said about Amazon and going to find the books in your niche, and oh my. I just where's the marker button? It's like marker, so I can go back to that particular point in the video. But one of the things I hope that you are catching here is that content strategy is intentional. You're going to hear me say that like 15 more times throughout the show today, but content strategy is intentional. Strategy, period, is intentional. So step number 2, research your audience. You got to be intentional about that. You got to be intentional about that. What's step number 3?
Yeah, step number 3 is audit your content. So pay attention, because a lot of us have collected. I'm actually a content hoarder.
Content hoarder. I love it.
I mean, so I have to intentionally go back and say, okay, wait a minute, I've got all this content here, but what is it that I really want to focus on as it relates to the research that I've done about my audience? What do they want to know, and how am I helping them to solve that by making sure that I'm sending out the specific content that's going to address their pain points?
My goodness.
You don't have to give everything. And I know a lot of us are multi-passionate, multi-knowledgeable, all those multis that people like to say, right? But if you're auditing your content according to the goal, which I love to talk about, reverse engineering, whatever your goal is, so that as your content goes out there, it's helping you to meet that goal. Same thing here. You've got to audit and take a look at, what is it that I really want to get specific and clear about? And how is this leading the people that I'm serving down a certain path so that I can reach my goals and they can reach
their
theirs.
goals. Oof, that's a shared win. So back to the whole CSM concept or methodology. We have this topic called scope creep.
Yeah.
And what happens is we know what our goal is and we know what steps we need to take to get to that goal. But along the way, the scope begins to get wider. And the audit allows you a mechanism built into your process to say, let me whittle it back down to what's essential because I'm trying to achieve this goal. These other ones are great. I want to be clear. Sometimes when scope creep happens, when you start to add some things, it's not a bad thing. You may even actually diarize that and document that process for something else. But it's not, if it's not essential to you arriving at the goal that you set for your content, then this is where the audit piece comes in. And if you've ever been audited, you know sometimes it can be a painful process. So you need to go ahead and audit your own content or bring in an auditor, kind of like Coach Tanya or Coach Kirk. We'll audit your content for you, or Coach DJ Strick. I mean, we'll audit your content for you if that's something you're interested in. In fact, let us know in the chat if that's something you'd be interested in. That gives Strick some ideas in terms of some follow-up things we could do during this content strategy series that we have here on the stream show. So if you're interested in having your channel audited, maybe in a future stream show, let us know in the comments, whether you're watching live or on replay. We'd love to be able to knock into that. Number four, because we got to move. We got 9 of them. Number 4, develop content themes. Develop content themes. Oh my. There's a theme. If can I give an example? Do you need me to give one?
Definitely give one. You got to give something on this. Yeah.
This series is called Content Strategy 2025. Like, that is a theme. And underneath that umbrella, Content Strategy 2025, he did a whole show last week that was under this theme, but totally different in its topic, in its approach, in its value, but it's under this theme of content. So develop content themes, because what that also does, it creates bingeable content. It means I am not going to be able to grasp all the value in one video. So I'm going to have to plan out my time to come back and get the next iteration, to get the next step, to get the next series under this content theme. What do you think? What do you think about themes?
Yeah, themes are huge. One of the things that it helps you to do is to avoid what you talked about, scope creep.
Scope creep, exactly.
Right? So you're creating these pillars or these foundational topics that you're talking about so that other types of content that fall within those themes will continue to be relevant, right? Not only does it help with what you talked about, but it also helps you when you're trying to repurpose. And you're taking that content, that longer form content, such as a video like this, and you're turning it into smaller bites that you can put into different formats. So you can change them into, video clips for reels, or you can create infographics from them, or you can create like all kinds of different things, any type of content, so that you're constantly visible everywhere, 24/7.
No, that's gold. In fact, one of the things that Strick and I talked about in preparation for this show was the whole idea of being intentional with your long form content so that it can yield some short form content or repurpose driven content. So it's not just oh man, that'll make a good clip, right? After the fact where you're thinking about it. And those things happen. I want to be clear. Those things happen, and that's fine too. But what would it look like for you to intentionally create a scenario where this piece of the show was for a reel? This piece of the show was for an audio podcast. This piece of the show was a BTS for your membership community. Having those themes really help to segment some pieces and allows you to check multiple boxes with one particular effort, right? With one activity, with one expending of energy on your part, you're able to get all of these pieces in place. 37 of you guys on the live today, and we're super excited. Make sure you hit that like button if you've received some value thus far. And again, this is Content Strategy 2025. Now, number 5. Map your content to your marketing funnel. Now, for some of you, we need to take it a step back. It's like, what's a marketing funnel? The funnel is the way you're bringing people towards the buy button.
Yep.
Right. I want to be clear. I've shared this in multiple other presentations before. I'll just say it one more time. The largest department at Amazon isn't R&D. It isn't logistics. It isn't order fulfillment. The largest department is actually user experience. And why is that? Because they're curating the experience from the time you have the idea and you type it into the search. They want to be the first one that comes up to the time that box shows up at your door with that smile on it that says from A to Z. That's Amazon curating the entire experience from the from their content to the marketing funnel and everything in between. So we want to take our cue from there. Are you mapping your content to your funnel? To share one example of a funnel, Tanya, with the.
Oh my goodness. So there's so much I could say with this because this is a big thing for me too. But the marketing funnel, going back to, because we're tying everything together, everything we've talked about is really aligning, right? So when you think about your marketing funnel, remember we talked about reverse engineering? So you point back to the goals. And the goals, if your goal is to sell or to ultimately have people to have a desire to invest in a specific program, product, or service, right? Then you need to ensure that the content that you're sharing with them is going to deliver on a promise that you're making, right? So when you're thinking about a marketing funnel, I'll give you an example, because for me, there's an ABCD formula, right? So there's awareness content. So if we're talking about video specifically, a lot of the awareness content can come into play when you're looking at shorts and reels and that type of thing, right? Because these are teaser bites that people are going through, and they're like, "Ooh, who is that person?"
Yeah, I need to get to know them more. Yeah,
right. And then the next one is the B. It's the brand, it is the branding and the bonding content.
Yeah, branding and bonding. Oh, I love this. Come on.
Really get to like connect with people on a deeper level. So they saw you, they're teased a little bit. They're like, "Oh, what? Let me know more." And now they're bonding with you.
Mercy.
And then you're pushing them into the conversion or inviting them, not pushing.
Not
you're
pushing.
Inviting
You're
people
inviting
and attracting people
Yes.
into the conversion phase where they're willing to exchange either an email or monetary value with you to get that additional, content or advanced level of experience with you.
Y'all getting extras. Y'all getting extras.
And then that D in the ABCD this is going to be that delight phase where you have customers and people who are already converted. Like they're customers now, they're paying clients.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they are so delighted with what you're sharing with them that the content you're sharing in that part of the funnel is going to help them to refer other people to you.
Oh my goodness.
So mapping your content and ensuring that you have content at every part of that funnel allows you to continuously have people in your sales cycle, right? Yeah. So again, it's about the intention.
Oh my, I'm not touching it. That you A, B, C, D. If you didn't, I told you before, I warned you, I said, make sure you have your pen and your paper out. Now that's 5. We've got 9, but we got 5. And so right here, what I want to do is grab a couple of comments, because I do think there might be some comments out there that we can kind of pull from, just kind of see what are we hitting home here. Would love a channel audit, somebody says. All right, we'll make sure we make note of that going forward. Scrum is a framework. Yes. Is that driving the value? If not, drop it. The backlog. I hear you. Listen, you gotta be laser focused on that thing. Educated Natural says, "Hey Kirk, hey Tanya, and all. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I second Doc Rock's strategy." Wait a minute, let me see what did Doc Rock say. See now I've got to scroll back further. There we go. There is a gold mine in the comments. That's so true. That is so true. There is a gold mine in the comments. Content order. So true. And reuse to cut it. There we go. Don't we all have 2,000 hours of recording we never looked at again?
It's
Or
true.
is it just me?
It's not just you.
It's not just you. You are not alone, sir. You're not alone. Oh my word. Okay, this is Nea. I've got some of my moderators on my channel coming through. Yes, I remember you mentioned your channel that audit your there we go. That's awesome. I love it. I love to see the back and forth in the chat as well. Definitely loving the conversation. Oh, my Florence is here as well. What's going on? Equip Institute. Always good to have you. Always good to have you. All right, let me see if I can catch any others. Happy Sunday to you as well. I think Doc Rock said something else that was, oh, he was talking about AWS. Okay. Okay. And then one last one from Tora before we get back. My basket is full from all these nuggets. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Make sure you tell DJ Strick so he can have us back. So let's go back to our screen here. See if we can't get the rest of these knocked out in short form. All right. So number six, there are many content types, but you've got to choose your content types. You got to choose which ones are going to serve me best. Yeah. Is it going to be a combination of long form and reels, what are they, quote memes or audiograms? Are you going to do an audio podcast or a video podcast? And podcasts and video content are not the same. There's a different flow and feel to them. Talking head videos and a sit down conversation podcast, they are different. So you've got to choose what your content types are. And that's going to be building on some of the things we shared earlier in terms of knowing who your audience is, understanding what your goals are. What is their normative behavior? So you don't want to put it out there in a way that they can't consume. So what are your content types and how do you choose them so that you can be successful? What do you want to add anything to content types?
Gosh, I think I think we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, in that you can really just define, where do you love to create? Like if you love to create a certain type of way, if video is not your thing, by all means, try audio, try text, whatever it is, but find your passion and create your types around the things that make you feel joy when you create them.
My goodness, what make you feel joy when you create them? Somebody should be writing that part down and take a thoughtful moment off to the side in your quiet space and really interrogate yourself to see which one am I excited about creating? Because that's a really critical thing to be in touch with in terms of being consistent with the content. If it's not content that you're actually excited about doing or even feel good or fulfilled when you create it, then it's not going to have any bearing anyway. So definitely love that point. All right, give us number 7.
All right, number 7 is create your content plan. So your plan is really about, where are you going to actually share this content?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be, this is the secret, it doesn't have to be on all the spaces. I know that there are a lot of people that are out there saying you've got to be everywhere, but really, again, going back to that place of joy, but also figuring out where, because this comes from your researching your audience. Yeah. Where is my audience?
Where are they?
Because where they are is where you want to be. So part of your content plan has to do with the frequency and what you're going to actually be delivering the content and distributing the content, where you're going to put the content, how you're going to create it, what you're calendaring for not only creating, but distributing, and then also checking the metrics. Are you giving yourself a schedule within that plan so that you know how you're going to achieve all of those different parts of the plan?
My goodness. The content plan leads you right into number 8, which is develop a process for content creation. This is the nuts and bolts. This is the hit the red button, right? This is turn on the lights, set up the camera. You've designed everything. You now know the content you want to create. Now you've actually got to create it. And so what the strategy includes is actually you developing the process to create the content. All right. And this is where you start to pick your tools. Yeah. So for me, it's Ecamm Live. And I hope that for those of you who are watching right now, many of you at least, we've got the Ecamm fam sweatshirt on tonight. But for me, it's Ecamm Live. That's my ultimate cheat code in terms of creating content. But I do have some other partner tools that I use that go along with it. There's no right or wrong here. I like to say to people, it's whatever allows you to get it done. Yeah. I don't believe in a best, better, worse. It's all relative based on what's going to allow you to get it done. And if my strategy doesn't work for you, doesn't mean my strategy is wrong. It just means that you need to implement something that's going to work for you. So you got to develop a process for content creation. Anything on that one?
Yeah, a part of that process could be that you're actually incorporating workflows.
Oh, my goodness.
So you're taking documentation of, okay, here's the steps. This checklist is what I'm going to use before I actually go live. This is what I'm going to do when I'm live. Here's the things that I need to check for. Because, Kirk, that's one of the things you were doing as we were setting up, is checking and making
everything.
Sure that things were in place.
Yep.
And, the image and all those other things, right? And then what's going to happen after the show is done. So
this is the process,
right? It includes all 3 parts: before, during, and after.
My goodness.
What is taking place that's going to get you back to what? To number 1, which is where you're achieving the goals that you've set for yourself and for that content.
My goodness. That's number 8. And listen, I told you we're going to move fast. See, it's 6:30 and we've already given you 8 steps, and it's 6:30. Okay. So let's see if we can round this out. We promised you 9. And so here's the 9th one. I'm going to let Tanya take this one and then kind of dive into it. And I'll add, if I have anything, if there's any space left, I'll add something to it. But here's number 9.
Number 9 is to measure the success of your content. So how well did you achieve the goals that you set out in number 1?
It's so good.
How did you measure that, right? So taking a look back at the retention rate. So if people were looking, for instance, at your video, what's the retention rate? How long did people stay? When did they drop off? How can you use that information that you're gathering to make decisions about the next time? My goodness. Right? There's other forms of measurement. So what are some of the things that you look at?
Well, man, for me, I definitely look at where the drop-offs are and, different pieces like that. But I also look at the comment section. I know that has been touched on earlier. Not so much that my success is based on what I see in the comment section, but I'm gauging my comments, especially from the perspective of how are people responding? Do they have a lot of questions? If what that will say to me is that maybe I didn't cover it as well as I thought I did. Sometimes the comment section isn't necessarily just for you to be able to find out what are my next steps or next videos that I can create, but it is that too. But it also will let you know, man, maybe I should have said this piece. There are times when I've had to actually pin somebody's comment because it's almost like an addendum to the video. And so this is part of that process, making sure that the measuring the success of the content. Now, another measurement for success is, are people doing my call to action? I mean, it just very simply, are they commenting below? If that's what my call to action was, are they coming over to my page to sign up for the newsletter or to get that lead magnet? That's a free download that I'm just asking for their email address. Are they following those steps? I have a video that I recently did where I designed 5 vertical scenes in Ecamm. I actually show people how to do it themselves, but I also have the Ecamm scenes available for download on my site. And that site is doing well.
I'm sure it is.
So that is another measurement of the success of the content. Yeah. There's so much pieces of the puzzle here. Now, I did see another question. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to these 9 here before we go to the question.
No, let's go ahead and go to the questions.
All right, perfect. We got questions here, and I did favorite that thing because Ecamm does its thing. This one I did favorite as well because I wanted BJ Strick to see that. Thank you so much, Lizzie. We appreciate that. Nea over on my channel, one of my mods, she says, is there a certain type that is best for what information your channel provides? Is there a certain type of content that is best for the type of information or the information that your channel provides? I think that's what you're saying there, Nea. I'll let you take a stab at that first. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that I will say this. I mean, if you start looking into content marketing trends and that type of thing, right, there's been a lot of change and shift over the years because part of the whole evolution of what people are consuming right now is that they want it quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yes.
And so, you do want to examine against whatever the product is that you ultimately are trying to deliver. You want to examine how are people consuming information in a way that leads them to buy. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So for instance, one of the things that used to be kind of the hot thing that everybody did was they'd always have some type of guide to download. It was a PDF report and you could go, and you could say, hey, go sign up for my PDF report. Yep. But now people want more.
They want more.
They're like, I don't just want your PDF report. That's not going to get me.
It's not going to get me
to sign up. What else you got, right? And so you think about potentially creating something that may be like an audio reading of the report or a visual representation or even a custom GPT, chat GPT. There's all kinds of things. So I think it can differ. Now, I don't know what your particular product is, but I think it makes sense for you to research. I think the question is excellent because it makes sense for you to research what are people in your niche that you're trying to sell to or market to. How do they consume info and how do you deliver it based on what they're saying they want?
Yeah. Oof. I love the way you put that, based on what they say they want. Yeah. I think, the different types can take on different forms. Your content is going to inform this. So I think Doc said something here earlier that I want to just kind of bring back up again. I know it's not in the big form, but all strategy is autobiographical. What works for us might not work for you. And so you do have to couch it in what works for you. And keeping in mind that overarching thing is, what allows me to be consistent? So yes, there may be a form that your audience best consumes content, but I would put above it whatever is going to allow you to be most consistent. Yeah. So if they really like TikTok Reels, and that doesn't fulfill you at all, they're just not your audience. Like, there's a point where you have to kind of break and say, this is what fulfills me. This is how I can serve. And I'm not necessarily going to just try to do what's best in this particular instance because that's quote unquote what's moving the needle. You have to still be consistent. And at the end of the day, good content. Listen, fam, people will figure out a way to come find that thing. I mean, if it's answering questions, folks are going to be like, I don't care what form you put it in. If you put it in a newsletter, I'll grab it. If it's a blog post, I'm going to read it. If it's on a video, I'm binging it, right? So again, good content is still going to be at the top of the list. And whatever allows you to create that good content that you can be excited about, the content that fulfills you, content that you can be consistent with, that's going to be the ultimate trump card, in my opinion. Hate to use the word Trump, but I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And we digress. Let's go. Let's get back to but there's just so many good things in the chat here as well that I wanted to catch and make sure. Oh man, my guy Kerwin Bornell is in the chat. Says, well said, with pinpoint laser accuracy. This is a full system right here. A full system right here. I love it. Thanks. You delivered the divine 9. Come on, Grant Info.
All right, then. Okay,
I love it.
Okay.
Oh, my word. Whoa, my word. Somebody else says, we digress.
We digress.
Let's get off of that train. So here's some of the things that we wanted to make sure we delivered in terms of tonight's show, right? And we got like 20 minutes to do it. And listen, I want to say this as well. Tanya has just been so gracious because she didn't know nothing about none of this, y'all. She's like, where did these 9 points come from? She has been gracious, y'all. But this was what we were supposed to get to at the beginning, but I wanted to stack the deck with value. And so listen, this is how to craft a powerful content strategy tailored to your audience. Well, we talked about it. We gave you 9 steps there. One of the things that I had Justin Moore on my I do a master class on.
I love him.
I do love him. That's my brand deal coach. But we do a master class every first Friday on my channel, and he was the guest presenter this past first Friday. And one of the things he shared right here was be curious. Yeah. Ask more questions, and then ask another questions. Don't be so quick to hear an answer and begin to formulate a response based on what you've heard. Ask yet another question because it will give you deeper insight into who you're speaking to, deeper insight. Now, he was speaking specifically about brands. I'm just going to pause. I want to let you digest that for a second. He was talking about brands when he talked about ask more questions, ask better questions. I'll share this. This is a Kirk ad, right? Oprah Winfrey is Oprah Winfrey because she knows how to ask the best questions.
Absolutely.
We don't even follow the people she's interviewing. We followed her because she knew how to ask the best questions. And because she asked better questions, the conversation was more valuable. Yes. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Yep. So how to craft a powerful content strategy tailored to your audience? Ask better questions. And to be clear, my format for my videos is where I'm posing the question, hey, have you ever... And then I'm answering the same question. Because by asking the have you ever piece, now I'm forcing the person that's watching to say to themselves, yeah.
That sounds right.
That sounds right. Yeah. No, you're spot on that. That's me all day. Now they're locked in. Now they're locked in. And so that's a format that I think absolutely works. And then of course, number 2, look at other creators in your niche and what videos they're doing that perform well, and check the comments on those. Those are 2 that I can say on this one. Anything you want to add on that?
No, I think that actually is a very powerful way.
Yeah.
One thing I would add is this. I would add to also dig deep into your expertise and your knowledge and what you know. One of the things that
in your bag.
Yeah, because sometimes I think people neglect to realize how much they have learned. Like you have a certain level of education or experience and knowledge, and you don't have to just rely on what everybody else is doing. Wow. Also pull from your own knowledge and experience. What do you know that needs to be shared, because it might put a different filter and a spin on that info that you're sharing out.
I really like that. That's so well said. So well said. I'm seeing a message here that says, "Yo, what's going on right now? How are we seeing the 2 of you in 2 separate cameras?" It's the magic of Ecamm. That's the magic of Ecamm. I'm not even going to go into it, but how that is a really great point. In my community, we have a saying, and it's actually a T-shirt that says, "We don't do humble on the live," and it's counterintuitive, especially for people of faith. It's like, oh, hold up now, hold up, you got to be humble. But the problem is, if you're humble, then you do things like, I dabble in that, and that's not. We don't have time for that. You need to tell them, no. This is my expertise. This is my lane. This is my bag. I go deep with this, and sometimes that we can self-deprecate. I'm going to have time to go through a whole counseling session. Sign up for coaching if you want that. But I'm simply saying, you've got to be able to tell people, this is my strong point. This is where I shine. If you're coming to me, you need to come to me for X, Y, Z. And that part is got to be part and parcel of your content as well. People should know where you are the expert and where you are not. And I think that is absolutely powerful for people to be able to engage with. So thank you for that. That was a really great ad. You always come with a good ad. So I don't even know why we even put it any other way. All right. Proven techniques for engagement and growth on multiple platforms. Now, the first 2 slides was supposed to be me, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw something in here for this one. The thing I want to say here is intentionality. We have been saying this all night. Yeah. You've planning, content strategy, these are all different words for intentional. You've got to be intentional. Even if you are repurposing content, being intentional means that you're designing the show in such a way that the end result is multiple pieces of individual content.
That's right.
So proven techniques for engagement and growth on multiple platforms means if I have to record this same video 30 times because I'm trying to create it uniquely for these different platforms, that's going to be a heavy lift. That's now a mountain in my way to be able to get over it and actually get the content out there. But if I can design a workflow that enables me to get across that line with one recording, I think I'm going to be happier about that. I'm actually going to do that multiple times over and over and over. And so that's one technique that I think absolutely will get you across the line. Another one is to segment your content. I love this. MKBHD does this masterfully. He will do a poll on Instagram, but he'll share the results on YouTube. He'll get the feedback for your questions on X, right? Or on a particular topic. He'll say, hey, I'm doing this on my show next week. Give me some feedback, and he'll get that feedback on X or even on LinkedIn, but the show is on YouTube. And so he will post that link and so you're doing this whole cross-platform thing. Then he'll do like a BTS on TikTok, but then he will do the giveaway on YouTube. Now, notice I said everything he would do one thing here, but YouTube, something over here, YouTube, something over here, YouTube. Yeah. If you haven't heard what I'm saying, it's got to be on YouTube. But the giveaway is on YouTube, and what it does is you just start to see this organic growth on all the platforms. And there are some people who are not going to make the switch, but because you're growing on a platform, growth encourages growth. Growth is contagious. So growth begets growth. Like if you're growing by 1,000, another 1,000 will just decide to join just because the other 1,000 is there. This is a phenomena that we don't need to explain. Just accept it. Growth likes growth. And so when you're growing because some of your audience that on a platform that you already are growing on comes over to this other platform, as you begin to grow organically on that platform, you'll start to grow in that platform as well. So being able to segment your content. And yes, you do the poll on Instagram. Don't put the poll on all the other platforms. The poll is on Instagram, but then you may share results on a different platform and you let them know on Instagram where the results are going to be on here. And you tell them that up front. Hey, we're doing this poll here, but I'm going to do the live show over here on YouTube. Boom. Yeah. Everybody knows where it's at. Anything on that one?
No, I mean, I think that's pure gold.
Yeah, man.
That's another fire emoji. If anybody is like, loving this tip, because I am.
No, man, that one right there, I think it serves so well when we talk about trying to grow on multiple platforms. I love what you said. You can't be all things to all people.
Yeah,
there are some platforms that some of us just need to go ahead and skip, and that's okay. But if you are wanting to be intentional, one of the things I have seen work is not necessarily to spray and pray, right? It's put specific pieces of content on each and every platform. So that's good, man. All right. These next two are, well, I'll let you lead them, but I definitely want to add something to them as well. So monetization strategies to turn your content into revenue. Somebody says is in the chat right now is saying, what took them so long? I've been trying to get to the money. Where the money? I'll give me the bag. Where the bag at?
All right, so let's see. Do we have notes on this, or do I want to just go ahead and go off the cuff? Because I got my own notes.
No, off the cuff. It's blank.
Okay, it's blank right there. Look, y'all. I didn't plan on being here tonight.
Listen, this is all impromptu. I want y'all to know this is all impromptu. It was supposed to be me and Strick, and then Strick was like, well, I'll come in halfway through the show, and then he was like, yo, guys, I'm not going to make it at all. And then she hit me up, said she was in town. I was like, oh, snap, why don't you come over? I'm going to do the stream show tonight. So it's almost God ordained. Like this is really, I really believe it. Right? I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that this thing was set up. It's an appointment. So go ahead.
So I gave myself 5 notes here. Okay?
Oh my goodness, y'all. This is why I like working with Tanya. She's got 5 notes. Listen, this is going to be crazy.
But I'm all about the notes because I want to make sure I give you the structure, but not overwhelm you, right?
Yes.
So the first thing is affiliate marketing. Now, here's what people think when you talk about monetization strategies to turn your content into revenue. The first thing you think is, well, I need the other platform to monetize me.
Mercy.
But that is wrong.
Incorrect.
You can monetize yourself. Ooh. You can be strategic about how you're going to monetize, even when you have a teeny tiny audience, right? The key is for you, first of all, to show up and to do the things that we talked about with the 9, as somebody mentioned reference to them as the divine 9. Yeah.
Mercy.
But those 9 steps, right? But affiliate marketing can be done with or without some platform monetizing you. So what I mean by that, one of the things that I've done for years now is to create a space to be able to partner with other brands, right? Because I love their product, whether it's a digital product or something else. And I say, you know what? Do you have an affiliate program? And I go sign up for that affiliate program, get that link.
Yep.
And then as I'm sharing, I'm also then earning commission from what I'm sharing. So as I'm sharing the video content, as I'm sharing whatever the post might be, then other people are saying, yeah, I want access to that thing too. And so there's a win-win-win. Wow. So some people are afraid of affiliate marketing, but I honestly believe that it's a triple win. Because it's an opportunity for you to put your name behind something that you're already using and you believe in. The other people who are, consuming your content and they're getting access to this thing, they're winning.
Yes,
they are. And then the company is winning and you're helping them to be sustainable so that they can be around to continue to deliver on that program or service, right?
Absolutely.
So that was my number 1.
That's number 1. But you got 4 more.
I got 4 more.
Come on with it. Listen, we got nothing but gold tonight. All right. All right, we got nothing but gold tonight.
I'm gonna go into sponsored content.
Sponsored content. Okay.
So sponsored content. This is where you are working directly with brands, and as you mentioned, Kirk, you had Justin Moore was on the other night.
That's right.
And so Justin is like the king of sponsorship when it comes to that. He's also a mentor of mine, but working directly with brands to create content that highlights their products or services. You know, I had a brand reach out to me the other day, and they were like, hey, I want to know if you'll work with us on this, and this. Now, when you are going into those type of situations, you want to follow and pay attention to people like Kirk, people like Strick, people like anybody who has worked with brands before.
People like Daniel.
Justin Moore is absolutely a genius when it comes to this, but that means you need to ask questions, ask really good questions about, okay, so what am I committing to when I do this? And again, going back to the affiliate piece, you need to believe in the program, product, or service, right? You need to know that it's something you want to put your name behind and you're going to partner with them.
Oh, my word.
And you want to have clarity around whatever the contractual agreement is going to be. Like, are you exclusively partnering with them?
Clarity.
You need to ask the key questions.
Yes.
So I'm just high leveling these
because
I know we got more.
Each one of these could be an entire rabbit hole. I'm itching to say something, but I'm going to shut up because you got more. So I'm going to leave you alone.
Give you the other ones, but the content that you're creating is, of course, designed to help to promote that sponsor. Okay, so premium memberships.
Come on.
Is another one. Now, again, you can get premium memberships because, you know, somebody like YouTube or whatever might have platformed, you know, they knighted you to be monetized on the channel, but you don't necessarily have to have that.
Right.
In order to create memberships. Yes. I created a membership way before somebody else said it was okay for me to do this, right? You can create a membership around the content that you're sharing and delivering.
Perfect.
That membership gives people not only the opportunity to get additional access to advanced levels of the content that you're sharing, but also it gets them the support in the community. Right? So they're not just investing in being in the space with you, they're investing in being a part of a neighborhood of people who are like-minded and learning the same things.
My goodness.
So premium memberships around your content, big deal. Here's number 4. And then I'll get to 5.
Come on.
Number 4 is online courses, y'all.
Come on, talk about it.
Okay, so content, of course, you can do all kinds of things with content. You can educate, you can inform, you can entertain, you can do all these different things. But ultimately, if you're educating people with that content to get to some place, so they're going from point A to point Z.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And in between that, they need your knowledge and your expertise.
Come on.
You can create courses based on the content that you're sharing. Now, the one thing you got to be careful of is that you're not over delivering with a course.
Agreed.
A course should be based on a single problem, a single solution.
Yes. This is a challenge. Oh, yeah, this is so good. That's a whole masterclass in of itself right there.
But remember, we talked about content themes, right? So your themes can help to drive where the course content comes from. Right.
And I'll say here, I'll make it very short. But when you're creating content on your channel, and you know that down the road you'll create a course, that helps you to segment how much you're going to put in that video on YouTube, knowing that I will give a larger, more detailed process in the course.
That's right.
So that gives you clarity, and it helps you to make that video a little bit shorter.
Yes. And then here's my last one. It's my last one. Because again, I'm saying to you, look, especially for those of you who have the crickets right now, and you're like, I'm so new, I don't have a large audience. How can I monetize? This is the last one. I'm going to say merchandise sales also around your content.
Come on.
Don't wait for somebody else to give you permission.
No, don't.
Before anybody ever gave me permission, I had my own hats.
Come on.
I had my own t-shirts.
Come on.
I had my own coffee mugs. You can do all these things.
Yes,
Fourthwall.com is one option. There's a bunch of different options, but you can actually create an account and begin to sell based on your own logo, your own brand. Promote yourself. Why are you wearing somebody else's stuff? Wear your stuff. Represent.
My goodness.
Represent as though you are the professional that you know you are.
That's this. There
you go.
These 5. Just drop the mic. I should have put the Rodecaster Pro over here so I could hit the DJ air horn and all that other stuff. This is absolutely bananas. Like this. Wow. So my guy was Grant Info says, do I sense a course from Kirk? Yes, you do. you sense correctly, sir. I think. Yeah. You are informed. You are informed. So we appreciate that, man. Now I'm going to go right back to this thing because listen, there is one last one. What you got?
No, I was seeing Doc Pops. That's right.
That's right. Look, yeah, yep. Speaking of such thing,
yes.
Grab that card right there. That one right there.
This one right here. Okay,
yep.
here we go.
Yeah. Listen. Just so you know, we on brand here. Okay. This is. I want you to see this. That's Doc Pops. Of course, it's seeing her eyes, so it's not gonna. Okay, let me go with this. Here we go. All right. Now, if I put it in front of, no, it's still not gonna do it. But anyway, Doc Pops, definitely. You. This is the ultimate like top level of monetization right here, and we thank you for being an example to the rest of us of what it looks like to really push in these spaces. Okay, I do want us to see if we could possibly. That wasn't what I wanted to do. If we could possibly get to this last page. Hide comment. That's gonna do that one. Next, there we go. Tools, tips, and workflows to stream. Now, I purposefully left this one because, we talked about that saying before. We don't do humble on the live. If we're just keeping it a stack, workflows and streamlining is definitely her thing. And so I took the first 2 and I was very intentional about taking the first 2. I see your question, Marianne. We're going to try and get to that question before we close it out for the night because we already are at time. But yes, tools, tips, workflows to streamline your content creation process.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
There's so many. How are we supposed to fit all of this?
Just give
into
one. Just
okay.
give one.
So I'm going to give you one. For me, one of the biggest, I'll say one of the most impactful tools that I have used this past year has been Cast Magic. And the reason for that is because it has allowed me to literally take every single piece of content. So whether it's video or audio, I upload that into Cast Magic. I've created different spaces or workspaces that have their own individual workflows, right? To create content according to what I want from each of those spaces. Let me give you an example. So example would be that my live stream that I do every Thursday, right? So when I do that live stream on Thursdays, I want that to be repurposed into a newsletter. For LinkedIn. I want it to be repurposed into an audio podcast. I want it to turn into various forms of social media, whether they're images or quotes and that type of thing. And I pair those up with detailed descriptions that it gives me to put into sites like Fluxlora or Midjourney in order to create these images that can then go along with the content I'm sharing. So that's just one workspace, y'all.
Come on.
Then there's other workspaces for when I'm creating, for instance, content from the different training and co-creator workshops that we do in my Stream Bosses Academy. So that then turns into a library of content for future members that come into the space. So you can use any tool like that. AI has been such a blessing. It's a gift.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
You can use different platforms for different reasons, but what it's doing for us as creators, no matter where you fall in the whole, if you see yourself in a chain or hierarchy of things, right? It allows you to still play with the big boys and girls, right? So even if you're a smaller creator, it gives you the capability of being able to show up in ways that you never used to be able to show up before without paying tens of thousands of dollars. So learning and understanding how to leverage AI tools is going to help to save you time, to save you money, and to get you out into the spaces where you need to be seen and heard because somebody needs your message.
Good night. Dude, okay, now let me get this question up here. One is from Grant Info, and it is, did you say cast? I thought so.
CASTMAGIC. And it's all one word. Cast Magic.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then Marianne asked this. I think Doc already answered it.
Yeah.
But what platform did you say you use for merch?
Fourth Wall.
Yep.
Which is also one word. So FOURTHWALL.
Yeah. No, Doc got it covered. This is the great thing about this community is that the answers don't always have to come from those who are on screen. The answers can come from the comment section because the phrase that says success leaves clues. The truth of the matter is what we have experienced and what we're sharing, and what you'll hear in the chat is others who are nodding their heads and saying, "Yep,
that's right.
Yep, that I've experienced that. I've experienced that." Or they may say, "Dang, never thought about that before." Like what I'm saying tonight about some of the things that she shared.
Insane.
But I tell you what, this has been wildly beneficial for me. This was a lot of fun. I hope that it was a lot of fun for you guys as well. Somebody says, can't wait to see the course in the Workers Warehouse. Absolutely. You're going to see that course in the Workers Warehouse. Thank you, Doc Rock. He's got the ability to post links, of course, because he's a moderator here on the channel. So I want to make sure you guys get a chance to see that link as well. Castmagic.io is the platform that she was referring to. So definitely want to make sure you guys get a chance to check that out. Thank you, Ecamm fam. Absolutely. Listen, this has been an absolute blast. Fourth Wall is it for Canadian residents as well. I have seen Americans using this platform and it looks so popular. So I don't know, but I do know that I don't know if it's for Canadian residents, but I know several people outside of the United States that are using it. That I can say. I just don't necessarily know of anybody in Canada, but it is definitely not just there you go. Doc Rock just shared right there. It's global.
Awesome.
It's definitely not just for United States, even though yes, a lot of creators in the United States are using it. So man, this has been fun. This was fun. Yeah. This was awesome. Yeah. This is like a rapid fire. We're right at an hour, y'all. Like it can be done. It can be done. So Said says it works in Germany. So
okay, good.
Definitely give it a shot up there in Canada. I think it'll work for you as well. Fam, this has been a stream show, another edition of the stream show. And this month, as Strick is kicking things back off, we're dealing with content strategy. And tonight we looked at a number of things. We gave you, we started it off with 9 points that we wanted to share, but these 4 are the main bullet points that we want you to walk away with. Crafting a powerful content strategy tailored to your audience. Listen, be intentional, be curious, ask questions, follow those 9 steps. If you didn't catch it, then go back, rewind and catch those. Proven techniques for engagement and growth on multiple platforms. We shared some hacks there. We looked at some things that some bigger creators are doing, some smaller creators are doing. Definitely want to make sure you guys get those. Man, monetization strategies, man, this was stacked. Like those 5 that she shared, y'all, listen, that course one is getting done right now. Like I'm going to turn off this live stream and go outline my course. That's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Then some tools and tips. Listen, if you haven't messed around with Cast Magic, that's definitely one. But I want to say this, don't underestimate your ability to just map your own process and then find the tools that will help you to put that process together. In a lot of instances, you may have to figure out ways to, merge them. But there are other times where you may find a tool that will take up 1 or 2 pieces or steps in that process. But the fact is, unless you have your process mapped, it doesn't matter what the tool is. It doesn't matter how good the tool is or how phenomenal the AI is. But if you don't know what you want the end goal to be, it's not going to do you any good. And that's where we want to land for today. Any last any encouragement, things you want to share with the people? And of course we want you to share where they can find you and follow you as well. You've been a priceless addition to tonight's show. It's been awesome.
First of all, I want to thank Strick for allowing us to
DJ.
Because Strick, I didn't even know that you knew that I was here and that I would be sitting in the seat with Kirk. So thank you for the time and for the platform. Yeah, you can find me anytime at streamlikeaboss.tv. And you can find all of my links at streamlikeaboss.tv/links.
Yeah, we will make sure that is in one of the comments, first comments below the video, so that those watching on replay have it. But Stream Like a Boss, just like it's spelled, just like it's just like we're saying it, streamlikeaboss.tv, right?
.tv.
And /links is going to get you to all of her links. My name is Kirk Nugent. I also go by the Geek Speaker Preacher. And I live by a few simple things. One of them is that your live stream is your digital storefront. Yeah, digital storefront. No better way to go from busy and broke to peaceful and paid than for your ideal customer to see you do your thing while live. When they see you do it live, they don't want to see no taste test, no ad campaign. They're ready to book the business because they've seen you do your thing live. Live is at the top of the content creator pyramid. Everything else you can get from a live can't get a live from any of the others. So figure out how to use that ultimate cheat code of live by following platforms like this channel, Ecamm, specifically the stream show. But hit me up at kirkrnugent.com, or at kirkrnugent on pretty much every platform. This has been another edition of Content Strategy series on the stream show. And I am your pinch hitter host tonight, along with my beautiful co-host, which is Tanya. We are excited that you came and hang out with us tonight. And we hope that we'll see you next week for another edition of the stream show. Grace and peace, fam.